What is up, everybody out there in YouTube land? This is Jay Phoenix Suns, and today I'm going to go over with you the Mini Z MAO30 Evo. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to go over how this works. Now, you all know when you get it stock in the box, of course, it doesn't come with tires and wheels and receiver and gyro and batteries and all that stuff, but you do get the body here, and this is the classic stock body you get with the MAO30 version. Now, this is the all-wheel drive version, for those of you who are wondering, because there's two different versions, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, and there's different models. So this is for the MAO30 Evo brushless. Okay. Now, of course, this is the red limited edition. Doesn't really matter which one you have as long as it's MAO30 Evo. Anyways, so when you get it stock. Now, if you're like me, you were always wondering, what are those extra parts in the bag for, in the box for? Like, what is all that? And I always used to use them stock just like this. And then one day I'm like, you know what? I want shocks on mine. I didn't know that you can actually put shocks on these little things. I always thought this was it right here. And they work good like this, don't get me wrong, but I wanted a little bit of a wider wheelbase. And it really helps for drifting, I'll tell you that much, along with some other upgrades, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because I want to demystify this. I want to make this as easy as possible for you so that in the future, if you choose to do this upgrade, which I highly recommend, it won't be as hard. It won't seem as overwhelming of a task. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is what you get once you do all the little upgrades to it, um, and now you got shocks in the back, nice little suspension there. Actual like what do you call that? Dual A-arm suspension. I don't know, something like that. So I might be wrong on that, but now you got a nice little, you know, almost kind of like your real drift car looking kind of a mini Z. So, anyways, let's go over this. So the first part that the easiest part to start with is the front, and the reason is because it's really easy. Now, it's almost as easy as being as like self-explanatory. So what you want to do is you can see there on here there's an N, and that stands for narrow. Now if you want to go wide, here's your wide. So basically what I recommend doing is starting on the bottom. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and take this part off, and if you put it like right here, you're going to see it's exactly the same part. You're just going to replace it basically. So you're going to take all that off, all the screws, not those, you don't need to take those off, but those off, and you're going to replace it with this. This is called a tie rod. You're going to replace it with this and this. So basically take that tie rod out, take this out, and replace it with the wide and wide. And if you forget, there's a W on here and a W on there. One thing you want to remember is that there's these little metallic like holders for the shocks in there, or for the whatever those pivot arms are. You're going to want to take those out, pop those out, and put them in there. Just make sure you keep an eye on how they were facing inside of there, the little links, and you're going to pop them in there. So once you have that put on like that, you're going to turn it over, and it's real easy. You just take this right here, this little bit. It's like a clip. You kind of use your nail, pull it up, and pull out this little pin. There's this little pin. Actually, I'll try to do it for you real quick here. You see there? It's just a little pin that holds in, and this little plastic piece just literally holds it in, and you pull that out, and this arm is going to loosen up. So you do that on both sides, okay? Oh, I lost the pin on that side. How did I do that? But anyways, so you're going to hang, luckily I have 100 of them, so you're going to go ahead and do that, and you're going to loosen this screw up right here, and then you're going to pop this off, so that way you can pull the motor back a little bit. And what that's going to allow you to do, let me just get this back on here. What that's going to allow you to do is pull this little piece out, and you're going to replace it with this. But before you do that, one thing you're going to need to do is inside of there you have these little like dog bone kind of deals. It's like a CVD. You have these in there. So now that you're going wider, these are going to be too short. So what you're going to need to do, and it's real easy, you just take these out. You're going to have to take your wheels off if you have wheels on. Take them out of the little hubs inside of there. These little hubs, they sit inside of there. you take it out, and it's real easy. You just take your nail and you just pop that dog bone out right here, put it to the side, get your longer dog bone. You see how it's longer than that one right there. And it's real easy. You just put it on like that. You just find the little pins, line them up with the holes, and boom, now you have a longer dog bone. So that's going to go right in there. So you're going to do that before you put this on. And then after that, you're going to line everything up with the bottom down here, put everything back in, you know, put this in, put your pin back in, and then you're going to make sure you press that down and put all your screws back in. Don't forget there's screws here and here, under here, screws back there and there. So it's like 5 screws all together. And then once you're done with that, slide your motor mount back in and put this little clip back in so it holds your motor down. So that's the front part. Real easy. It's actually really easy. So let's go over this super quick again. So your bottom part, make sure you take out your little metal, whatever those are, in there. And I kind of forgot. I think they're little ball links. And put them in here. And then this, make sure that goes there because it's wider. And then put it all back together. And then come to this side, take off your 5 screws. And make sure you extend your dog bones, your CVDs on both sides, and then put everything back in. Make sure you have your little plastic piece in there. Don't do like me and have it just kind of loose. You want to make sure that's back in there. Now for the back side. So this is what the back side looks like stock. I mean, it works good. Look, you got some suspension there. It's all good. No worries. But if you want to get to this point where you actually have like little shocks and stuff, and you're actually able to utilize the parts that they gave you, it's really simple. Okay, it's really simple. So, and the good thing is that a lot of this is in black, so it kind of shows you the parts that I had to put in. It kind of gives you an idea of if you want to look at it there. If you're like me, you like to pause things and look at how somebody else did something, so that way you get a better idea on how it's done. Now, there's 2 versions of this. I'll tell you this: there's 2 versions. In the baggies that you get a set of black ones and a set of red ones. I think the red ones are like longer and the black ones, are shorter. So the red ones, when you do this, and once you start doing it, you'll see what I mean. It makes sense. You're going to want to use the red. I guess these are called ball cups or something. You're going to want to use the red ball cups because the black ones are too short. So let's go ahead and pull out these pieces, and I'll go over everything with you real quick here, and we'll hopefully get you on your way to upgrading your Mini Z and stuff. So this first bag, let's see what this first bag has in it. Okay, so it looks like the first bag has that set that I was talking about. So here's the black ones. Okay, and again, these go on the bottom down here. If you want to use the black ones, that's fine. Here's the black ones. I used these red ones, and the reason again is because they are longer. Some of this stuff I'm going to say over and over, but it's just because I want you guys to get it like I got it. I don't know exactly which goes with which, but as you can see there, the red one is obviously longer than the black one. So that's going to be up to you. But and I'll tell you here in a minute, if you are going to go with the black, stay with these black ball links, ball cup things. Stay with these. If you're going to go with these red ones, you're going to want to use the longer ball cup deals. And once you kind of start getting a look at everything that's here, you'll notice that it's really not a lot. It's actually not that bad. It just seems like a lot. So let's go and scoot this over here. And let's open up the next bag. And that way, I can show you what's up with this. Okay. So, with this bag here, and all of this is in the instruction manual. If you want to look through the instruction manual, it's all in there. So, basically how I started, and this is like the obvious deal, is these 2 pieces are basically the foundation of everything. As you can see, your what is it called? Oh, your differential is going to go in here. Now, this is where I'm going to stop you and say what I highly recommend is to go on Amazon or anywhere you can and get the one-way differential set. Now, that's going to come with a one-way differential for the front and a solid rigid axle for the back. That means that the axle in the back is locked and the differential in the front is one way, and it's perfect for drifting. Now, if you don't have that, don't worry. Your car is still gonna feel real nice. Okay, so don't super worry on that. But this is basically your starting point here. Okay, and as you can see, a lot of this ends up just going. It's no longer used. It ends up just, you don't need it. This little bag right here, I know it seems kind of scary. It seems like there's a lot going on in this little bag, but I'll tell you what, there's really not. Once you actually get it all together, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do 100 of these. And I guess it's like that with everything. But basically, for reals, don't stress on it. Don't worry. It's not the biggest deal on earth. But basically, what you're gonna do is, what I would do is it's real easy. You just take this screw and this screw, this screw and this screw, and this little back part just pops right off. So now you're left with basically just this back part. So the rest of it you don't have to do anything with. You can put the rest of the car over to the side and you don't have to do anything with it. So I would take that all apart, okay, including the little bearings inside of here, inside of this little, I forget what they're called, but inside of there, you take those little bearings and you take these two pieces right here and you pop those bearings in the front and in the inside, okay? And that's where your new CVD, dog bone setup is going to go. Now, inside of there, again, you're going to find this, and you're going to find this, and you have to do the same thing. So you're going to have to do it with all four. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, you just pop that off, put your red one on, and now you have an extender. So once you put the bearings in there, you can just go ahead and put these in there like that and put it to the side. You don't have to worry about it just yet. Okay? And so now what you're going to want to do is just take, let's see here. In preparation for all of this, once you decide whether you want to go wide with the red, again with these pieces down here, or shorter with the black, what you're going to want to do is it's pretty simple. You're going to take this and you're going to pick whichever one you want. And again, there's only 2 sets of these, so don't worry, don't get too alarmed by all the ball cup looking deals. And all you're going to do is twist it into here. Okay, you're just going to put it in there and twist, twist, twist. Or you're going to take your other one, if you want to go longer like I did, and you're going to twist, twist, twist. Now, the manual says for the black one, what you want to do is you want to do 1 millimeter. Okay, so I did 1 millimeter, and I found out naturally that I had to use the red one because I used those red, these red extenders. So what I did is I did 1.72 millimeters. So, and that was just because that's what ended up working here. Is I ended up using 1.72 millimeters, and so you twist those in. Okay, and if you want to prepare yourself even more, just so things don't look so scary, you take this little deal here, this little whatever that is, and you're going to slide it into here. Let's see that. I don't know if my camera's picking it up very well, but you're going to slide it into there. I might not be able to do it perfectly. And you want the hole to show because at one point you're going to want to do something with that. So all you got to do is just kind of finagle it with your finger and move it around until the hole is visible in there. And you'll see what I mean. There it is. See, now it's visible. So once you have your links put together, again, you can put those to the side. So now you have these and you put them to the side. Okay. And what you're going to want to do is put your differential inside of here and just take a look at how I have it here. Okay. And there's a few parts where I wish I could have taken this apart to show you better, but so you're going to have the differential put together. And now you can take this bottom piece to make it easier. You can take that bottom piece that's there. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom right here. So so you're gonna take that. See there, and I think it's this one. You'll know because it'll fit into these little grooves, or you can use my video for reference. Looks like this is it right there. And you can go ahead and screw that in just so you have that ready to rock and roll. And see here, there's these little holes on the inside there. So those little holes are for this right here. So let's just use a red one so you can see better. So on here, this is going to go in like that, but make sure it's like this. Okay, or yeah, like that. I think it's like that. Let's see. Nope, this does go on this side. Um, yep, right there. So it's going to sit like that. Okay. So these pins that are floating around in here, I think, if I remember correctly, the pin is, let's see, is it this long one? It might be the longer. It says in your book, and if you have a measurer, it'll tell you. Okay, yeah, it's this longer one. So you take that, put it like that, and then there's these little ball ends. Okay, there's a couple of different ball ends. It's not this one. Okay, it's literally like a ball, like a little ball end. I think it's this one. Okay, see there? It's just like a little ball and nothing to it. And you put one on one side, boom, and then you put one on the other side. And it helps to have these little, I think I put mine away, but it helps to have those little grabber deals because sometimes things get lost in all of this. But let's go ahead and see if we can get that out. Yep, there it is. Nope, it went back in. All right, so now that you have these two little balls on here, like that. Okay, now you have these two little balls. And so the way this is going to work is that, what do we say? This was this side. So this is going to go into here like that. Okay. And see this part right here? You're going to want to choose. One of these makes the wheels, I think, go in more. And the other one, there's a 3 and a 4, I think. And one of them makes the wheels really go in. I forgot which one. But I didn't even know which one I chose. I just kind of did it because I wanted just to get it over with. So I'm just picking this one. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take this and you're going to slide it. Once you've done both, remember you got to do both. So you do the one and then you do the next one. And then you slide that in there like that. And that's what's going to hold that A arm or whatever this is in place. So once you do the second one, you're going to have it, ready to go on that side. So, oh, I did that backwards. Okay, yeah. So you turn it like this. You have it like that. And this is going to go like this. And there's these little pieces floating around in here. I don't know. Where are they, actually? Huh. I hope I even have them. Oh, yeah, there they are. Okay, so these little pieces right here are important. You don't have to put them on just yet, but you're going to want to at one point, obviously. But that's going to go on there. Okay, that's going to go boom right on there. I don't know, maybe with the noises. So, in the end, that's because that's going to get screwed onto there through there. So, if that makes any sense. And I'm trying to remember how I did this last part. Oh yeah. So once you get that, you're going to want to go back to this here, the piece where you put the two bearings in and you put the dog bone through. And so that's where this is going to go. That is actually going to go right here. Okay, it's going to go right in there, just like that. And you're going to take, it's going to seem like it doesn't fit. At least it did for me. It didn't seem like it fit but you have to kind of just finagle it a little bit, and this goes right in that hole, just like that. And there you go. I actually got it the first time. So it's going to sit like that. Excuse me. It's going to sit like that. And then that's what's going to allow you to put, you're going to have to push it in more than that, I think. Like I said, you have to kind of wiggle it around. But then this is going to go over that and it's going to cover it. Let's see if we can actually get it. Okay. So see, it goes in. And of course, at this point, you're going to have your dog bone and stuff like in there like that. Okay. And so this is going to go over this, just like that. Okay. Now, at this point, you should, let's see. Okay. So I kind of forgot the way I did this, but you're going to, have this on there. And I think at this point, you can actually take this top one, and this top one's going to go here. Okay. Oh, I just lost that piece. But anyways, so let's go ahead and show you what this part is right here. So you have this now ready, right? You have that ready. So this part is actually going to go over this, and it's going to go this way. Okay, it's going to go over that. It's going to go this way. This deal here is going to go, and don't forget you have that little bar in there. This is going to go like this. Oh no, like this. Yeah, because that bar is going to be going through there. It's going to go like that. Just don't forget that little bar in there. And you're going to put another pin. I think at this point you'll only be left with one selection of pins, and I think it's the skinnier one. And you're going to put that through just like that. Okay. Just like that. And then for this here, you're going to take these right here, these little balls. You're going to pop them through there, or you could have done this before, but you're going to want to do that. Put it right in there. And the cool part about these is that you can like swivel them with your finger and move them to where you need them. I'm trying to do this with one hand sort of, so it might not be working out. So now you got, if you're looking at the car there, now you have this, okay? And this is going to go, remember earlier, let's go this side. So this is going to screw on to here. This part, remember this part earlier? This is going to screw onto here. I screwed it into the first hole, and again, I measured this 1.72 right here, and it went perfectly to there. Okay, so at that point, I mean, I think you basically almost got it all put together. And once you have this put into there, now it's time for the shock tower. Okay, and you're going to put the shock tower. You'll have both of these with a little bit of this sticking out a little bit, and there's little holes in there that will allow for you to go ahead and put that in there. Just like that. And then you're going to screw it in. So now it's looking more like that, right? So once you do that, you have that screwed in, you're going to start building your shock. Now, with your shock, it's real easy. It's the most easiest thing ever, for reals. With your shock, you're going to take the spring. I won't take it out because it's in the baggie, but literally you're just going to go like this. That's it. But before you do that, what you might want to do is take these here, this little particular ball link, and you're going to pop it through here. Let's see if I can do it. I'm trying not to lose stuff here, so I'm being a little extra careful. There you go. Just pop it right in there. And you're going to do that on both sides, top and bottom. Okay? So then that way, now that your shock tower is put onto here, you know what? I should have just done this with this car, right? I should have just did it all and showed you guys. But anyways, so now that you have that and your shock tower is right here. Wait, is that backwards? Okay. And what I did is, you can see I did the first hole to the inside and the first hole to the inside on the bottom. So, as you can see there, first hole to the inside there and first hole. And like I showed you earlier, you're going to take that red piece and you're going to put it here. And one other thing I forgot to tell you guys throughout all this, there's, with this bag of screws that's here, there's different size screws. If you don't have a measurer, it's okay, but you want to use the longer screws for this one because that's what the book says. So when you put the shock here and the shock here, you want to use the longer screws. Okay? And so once you put that, you'll have a full-blown shock with the little ball links and the spring in the middle. It's going to go here just like that. Just like this. You see? Okay? Um and at that point, you're almost done. So with these top ones, what they want you to actually do is, and you have this now up there. So to finish that off, what you're going to do when you put this together, when you actually screw this to this, and again, I measured it 1.72 millimeters, and I think there's only one hole that can go on the top here. Let's see. No, there's two. I think I put it, pretty sure I put it in the first hole. I'm not yeah, it looks like I put it in the first hole. It's weird. I might have to go back. I think I put one in the first hole, one in the second hole. But anyways, the last little link, the last little ball thing that you're going to need is this. This is going to go, it's almost flat on one side and circular on the other. It's like a half of a circle. It's going to go in between that ball cup link and the this thing here. So it's basically this. It's gonna go right here. It's gonna go right there, and then you're gonna put, I forgot what size screw it says, but basically you're gonna put a screw through there. See it in there? Boom, right through there, and that should connect it all. That should connect it all. And I think at that point you should have all this done. It should all be done. Don't think you're missing anything anymore at this point, but yeah. And when you put it back on, just make sure to take these wires and kind of pull them. There's a little divot there inside of there. Make sure to pull these wires towards that little divot and kind of make them tuck, together nice and neat, so that way they don't get smushed in there. That way they go in between that divot, and you put the thing back on, and you should be good to rock and roll. And then just give it a nice little turn. As long as you hear and see that it's pulling on the gear up there, you should be good to go. So yeah, hopefully all that made sense to you. Maybe I'll just do an actual video on me, actually doing the thing. That way it doesn't seem so messy or whatever. But I think I did all right trying to go over it with you guys. But I do all that because I don't want it to seem scary to anybody. I want you guys to be able to do it and put it together and not be worried. And again, the booklet, what's kind of no, it won't let me. Well, anyways, the booklet, it kind of goes over everything with you anyways. See how I was showing you there, and it does kind of tell you, it tells you which screws to use. Let's see. Oh no, that's how to take it apart. Oh yeah, see, here's the A arms. It's showing you just like I showed you. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you is, let's see. Yeah, I think if you use the black ones, you have to do this part here. Huh. I don't know. But anyways, um, there's these little screws in there, and I didn't use them, but you might want to. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay. So, see back here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but basically, back in there, this little spot. Let me see. This little spot in there. Where's my. Do I have a flashlight here? I thought I did. No. Well, no, I don't. But, anyways, so basically, what they're saying is that the little screws that you have left over there, they're going to go in this little hole, and that's just so that it can kind of keep itself there. I don't know if it makes sense, but it'll keep itself pushed enough pressure against, and you can, and what it really does is that so you put the screw in there, and if you tighten it, it will raise it up a little bit more. Like you'll be able to, let's do it like this. If you tighten it, it'll bring the screw down, so you'll be able to raise it. If you loosen it, it'll just let it kind of sit. You see what I'm saying? I didn't use it. I think I just forgot. But, anyways, yeah, there's that. It goes over that, and then it goes over everything that I pretty much went over with you. I almost didn't even use the book. I just kind of went off the top of my head. I just put it all together, and but yeah, if you need to use the book, if you need to refer to what I said, whatever works. But I just wanted to put it out there because it does. It seems daunting. It seems scary. It seems whatever, but it's really not. And I can tell you it runs really good, and you want to know why? Because check it out. Yeah, I got my own setup here at my house, so I can kind of tell you what works and what doesn't work. So, but anyways, guys, if you have any questions or anything, definitely let me know. Shoot me something, let me know, and we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Later.